Okay, it helps if I hit the right damn buttons, doesn't it? Fuck my life. All right. Think we're live. Think we're live. We might be going live now. Oh my god, today has been an absolute disaster. I got too many tabs. Too many tabs to go over to gate today. Yeah. I promise I'm not stroking out. To go over today. I'm still trying to get through all this damn shit. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh my god, today's gonna be a fun one. I get to get more videos get ratioed by absolute weirdos. Weirdo tourists. But hey, that's what this channel's for, right? To make fun of the tourist. To laugh at all the weirdos in the comment section. Where the 20 tabs might be too much, guys. Might be just a little bit too much. Where the hell is it? Anyway, how's everyone doing today? How is everybody doing today? I've got my next trip planned. Gonna take a nice another little vacation overseas. 'Cause I miss that shit. All right, so who's here? Because I know I changed the time, so I know I'm like 30 minutes earlier than I normally would be. What's up to you? How's it going? Seriously, where the hell? No, I don't want to reload all my tabs. Then I have to. Oh, fuck. No, because it'll kick me out of StreamYard too. Fuck. Ever tell anybody how much I hate tech? Despise it. All right, that's good. I need to start putting the links to the show out earlier. That needs to happen. All right. That's good. I need like a producer that just handles everything where all I got to do is show up. Just show up and start talking. God, make my life so much easier. Make the editing easier too. Maybe I'll hire someone to do that. That sounds like a good plan. Hey, just edit these videos real quick. Just cut it out into segments. Don't worry about the thumbnails. I'll do that. That takes like 30 seconds. It's all in your head. All right. Why is that not working? Why is that not working? No, go away. Go away. All right, well, we got a fun one. We got some good news, some shitty news, some weirdos to make fun of, some more weirdos to make fun of. I get to talk about Stellar Blade without talking about Stellar Blade and laugh at weirdos. Because Stellar Blade. God, I want to get the PlayStation just for that. Just for that. All right. Get to talk about 3D printing. That's going to be fun. God, as soon as I'm done moving, I'm buying a 4K 3D printer. I'm just going to start printing the ever-living shit out of 40K models and selling them for dirt cheap just to piss off GW. Because, you know, I'm an asshole. Cease and desist. Fuck you, I'm not in the States anymore. Just get somebody to ship them out. Oh, that's going to be fantastic. That's going to be fantastic. Why pay $60 for 5 models when you can pay $60 and get an army? God bless. Come at me, bro. Come at me, bro. I bet you do. Bet you go face deep in assholes, don't you? Don't you? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. I'm a terrible person. I am a terrible person. All right. So let's start out now. I can't decide. Do I want to start with... Do I want to save the good news for last, or do I want to start with the terrible news? Let's finish on a good note. We're going to finish on a good note. That's my decision for the day. Always end on the good note when you can. Okay, here we go. Fuck. You know all about tiny peepees, wouldn't you? Wouldn't you, Hunch? What's going on, buddy? What's going on? Yeah, I saw you message me earlier. I think I replied. Did I reply or was I an asshole? I was probably an asshole. No, I did reply. I did. Okay. Damn it. Make me look like a good person again. Fuck you. All right. So let's start with the Tomb Raider censorship for diversity. I just realized that a lot of these topics have the same theme today. I just realized that. I hate these people. I hate these people. If before anybody says, "What do you mean these people?" It's probably you. It's probably you. All right, so here we go. Let's get started because I get a lot of tabs to go through. All right, so here we go. Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered with post-release censorship as new update removes Lara Croft pinups from Tomb Raider 3: The Lost Artifact. Why can't they leave it alone? It's not like they took it out before. I think this is the new thing that these companies are going to do. They're going to put in everything that fans like to only remove it later for DEI purposes. In the latest instance of a video game developer censoring a release post-launch, a recent update by Aspyr and Crystal Dynamics' recent Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remaster has removed a pair of risque pinups featuring series protagonist Lara Croft from the third game's expansion pack. Yes, post-launch, they gave us they gave us exactly what they said they're going to do. A perfect, just a remaster, everything the way it was, just a little bit updated, a little bit better graphics. Everybody was like, "Oh yes, this is awesome. This is fantastic." What do? They go and take it from us. They're like, "Haha, just kidding, guys." The two pinups in question, both of which are based on promotional renders made for Tomb Raider 3 proper, can be found hung above Laura's scuba gear locker at the start of the game's 4th level. They're not even that bad. They're not even that bad. Like, okay, how do we say this? How do we say this on YouTube? Why is it that a certain side of the aisle is perfectly okay shilling OF accounts, saying this is what female empowerment, but the second it's in a video game that men liked, it's like, no, this is bad. We got to remove it. Why is that? Why is it that real women being absolute whores on the internet is okay, but as soon as it's fake, and it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible thing. In the first, the buxom heroine can be seen wearing her default outfit and laying against a red velvet background. Again, how are they calling that risque? That's just like normal. But okay. Kicking the spice factor up a notch, the second pinup depicts a fully nude Lara wrapped seductively in a bedsheet, her body illuminated by a pair of candles. Again, why is OF okay, but this is not? In the initial release of Tomb Raider 1 through 3 Remastered, these pinups could be found on full display in both the Lost Artifacts original and remastered graphic settings. The appearance in the former admittedly hard to make out thanks to being composed entirely of pixels, and the latter presenting them in the original high-definition resolution. Yeah, they kind of don't even look the same. I hate all these companies. I hate every single one of these companies. I really do. However, as the first reported by the users of Tomb Raider subreddit following the release of the collection title update 2.0 on April 11th, the pinups were still present when playing the game's original graphics, have now completely been removed for the remastered version. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone, guys. You can't look at Lara unless you do it on Google. But that's a certain way to do it. Lara Croft Tomb Raider. Just add in whatever you want at the end. I'm sure you can find it. Fuck, why do they do this? I don't understand. unless they are actually the patriarchy and the misogynist. Like, why? I can't think of any other reason why they would say looking at fake women who are attractive is terrible, and it has to be real women who are degrading themselves online, who are humiliating themselves online, who are chasing the internet for clout. That's okay, but fake ones who are just doing badass shit in a game is terrible. I know I sound like a broken record on this one. Notably, despite Tomb Raider 1 through 3 remastered, including a boot up disclaimer that promises players the game therein would be presented in the original form unaltered, this is not the first instance of censorship found within the collection, and interestingly, both are related to pixelated titillation. I see what they did there. As seen in the first Tomb Raider game, the series antagonist Pierre DuPont sports a bomber jacket featuring a pinup style graphic emblazoned on the back. God, I need to find. I know I've got that on a disc somewhere. I know I have the original on a disc. I gotta find it. However, in the remastered collection, Lady Luck instead is seen wearing a red bikini. Ah, I didn't even know that one. That's also why I didn't buy these games. I knew there was going to be something up because no company has put out a remastered game and not changed stuff. Not a single one. But now I'm curious, like, why is the bikini okay, but not the pinup posters? I don't know. Maybe somebody can tell me that. Maybe someone can fill me in on that one. I may hit the bottom of the tuna can, but I'll down the side. Fuck. You're terrible. What's up, Jonathan? How you doing? Yes, it absolutely is cultural Marxism. It absolutely is. Every single game, everything. It's not just television. It's television. It's movies. It's video games. It's tabletop games. It's board games. It's everything. It's fucking awful. And I think the weirdest thing is, like, actually having gone to other countries now, they don't even know what the fuck these people are talking about. They're just like, what the hell? No, it's stupid. We don't like it. Like, nobody actually gives a shit about this outside the West. Everybody's just like, that doesn't make sense. We're not paying for it. It's fantastic. I will say, I do kind of like that pinup poster. I'm gonna have to see if there's a real one. I'm sure there's a real one. Actually, I'm kind of curious now. Tomb Raider pinup poster. Oh, everything's gonna be about the news. Oh, you actually can buy it. That's cool. Curiosity killed the cat. Just remember that, guys. So if I die, I was killed by the Wokies. Oh, all right. All right. What's the next one? All right. Now I got more space. Because, we can't have anything nice without the Hollywood weirdos absolutely destroying something. All right. Did anybody actually watch the Jack Reacher or the Reacher series? I'm kind of curious because I still didn't watch it because I had my concerns. I know everybody was raving about it, and I was like, something seems off. When it's not Chris Pratt and it's all about someone being a based Giga Chad, I always have my concerns. Because for some reason, Chris Pratt is the only one that seems to actually give a damn, which is weird. Leave it to Chris Pratt. Out of all the people, it could have been Chris Pratt. Why is everything fucking up on me? There we go. I think it's time for a new graphics card. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's talk about Reacher. So just like every Hollywood weirdo out there, you can't do anything in a positive light where there's some based Giga Chat absolutely saving people without the actor behind them being an absolute weirdo and having to take a stance on a TV series. And Reacher's no different here. Fraternal Order of Police blasts Reacher actor Alan Ritchson as another useless Hollywood actor for claiming cops get away with murder all the time. I mean, look, he's not absolutely wrong, but I guarantee you his stance is the same as the lefto weirdos. The National Fraternal the National Fraternal. When I'm not reading it, I can say it. The National Fraternal Order of Police put Reacher actor Alan Ritchson on blast as another useless Hollywood actor after the actor claimed cops get away with murder all the time. He's not wrong. He's not wrong. But we know, based on his post, he's an absolute leftoid weirdo. In an interview with The Hollywood Reporter, Richardson was asked about his 2020 Instagram post that shows him wearing a t-shirt that reads, "Arrest the cops that killed Breonna Taylor." If anybody's actually followed that, that is not a clear-cut case. Yeah, that is not a clear-cut case. It's a little more nuance to that one, you know? But nobody wants to read that one. That was a tragic case, Richardson answered. Cops got away with murder all the time, and the fact that we really can't hold them accountable for their improprieties is disturbing to me. Again, he's not quite wrong on that. He continued, we should completely reform the way they do it. I mean, you shouldn't have to spend more time getting an education as a hairstylist than as a cop who's armed with a deadly weapon. We should make it very hard for people to make mistakes and abuse power within our institutions. I want to agree, but he's not doing it from a stance of good faith. He's doing it from this weird stance that the left does. You know, it'd be different if oh fuck, now I feel bad because I can't remember his name. Daniel Shaver. If he was wearing a Daniel Shaver shirt, I might be a little lighter on him. I might be a little bit easier on him. Be like, no, he's totally got a point. But it's not. He went with the DEI one. The National Fraternal Order of Police responded to Richardson's comment on Twitter. While Mr. Richardson gets his face and forehead powdered on set, our officers are out doing a job he doesn't have the courage to do. That's the argument I hate with this. You picked a job. You pick the job. If you can't handle the job, get the fuck out of there. While he gets to hear loud pops and have blanks fired at him, our officers feel the heat of the bullets as they pierce their skin. Oh my god. God, it's literally two of the most retarded takes arguing each other. It's like watching assholes collide. The organization continued, there are no 2 or 3 takes in real life, Mr. Richardson. We have people who want to kill us and we play for keeps. God, I just said it. It's like watching two assholes collide. It's just going to be a shit show. Just another useless Hollywood actor, virtue signaling for attention at the expense of our brave police officers around this country. Go back to your pampered life and let the heroes handle this. Cops aren't heroes. It's a fucking job. It's a job they chose to do. Like, God, it's like somebody like, I work in a kitchen. I could suffer serious burns. You guys don't know what it's like to be in a kitchen. Like, oh my God, dude. Oh my God, I feel like I'm getting cancer reading this article. Just listening to both of them is going to give me cancer. Richardson responded to the National Order of Police and writing, this kind of emotionally immature response is the epitome of what concerns me about law enforcement today. If this is how leadership handles a peaceful disagreement, what does life look like for those unseen interactions in the street? How does this shape the character of those police officers looking to management? Do you really want individuals so easily angered who bully like school children to have a gun in the protection of being an untouchable union? I don't. Oh my God, this keeps going. This is literally a Twitter argument. This is literally a Twitter argument. They're arguing on Twitter, and they both think they're great. You're arguing on Twitter. You're both retarded. You belittle me for being incapable of demonstrating bravery, but I believe that's exactly what I've shown. You've haplessly fired multiple shots at me because I have called for more accountability. I did this knowing people like you who crave and pat on the back and zero accountability would criticize me. Standing up to impossibly large institutions takes courage. I've never been a fan of blind allegiance, which is dangerous and fertile ground for fashion. Oh my God. Ah, a political persuasion I'm averse to. Jesus Christ. This is why I don't read the articles. I get better reactions out of them. Yeah, he's a left weirdo. It's exactly what he is. God. Yeah, no, this is two absolute morons arguing on Twitter, and this is exactly what it sounds like. And both of them have their points, but at the end, it's two retards fighting. Nobody's winning that. They're flinging shit at each other. This is what arguing on Twitter gets you. Absolutely nothing. But I'm kind of curious because I think a lot of people are going to quit watching Reacher after this. Like, why support? Because why support a show with a weirdo who absolutely thinks he's fighting against the machine when he's arguing the machine's points that's been handed down to him? I don't get it. But hey, I never watched the show, so I have no skin in the game. I just get to make fun of it because it's funny. It's absolutely funny. Oh my God. It's ironic that conservatives enjoyed the show so much. Yeah. I mean, I've seen clips of the show and I just like, I don't know. I don't know. It must be a requirement for Hollywood actors to be flaming leftists. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I mean, if we believe the news stories and the court cases coming out, you kind of have to be willing to take something in one of your holes from a random 50 or 60-year-old white dude. And potentially the diversity hire to get anywhere in Hollywood. Oh, Hollywood is the disgusting place. Hollywood is the absolute disgusting place. All right. All right. I don't know. I think I can make a clickbait title on that and get another video ratio because that'd be right on everything. I swear to God, if I just agreed with conservatives more, I'd probably have 2,000 subs. That's not who I am. It's like, God bless. Like, I was one of the only people complaining about the Fallout series. Everybody's like, everybody else says it's great. Well, everybody else is retarded. Like, no joke. I gave you my points. I gave you legitimate points. I pulled up the facts. I was like, no, this is why the Fallout series sucks. No, you're wrong, man. You're wrong. Yeah, more people are starting to be like, yeah, it kind of is shit. Yeah, thanks. Thanks for that. There's the reason I have Conrad Kurz tattooed with his quote that famously says, "Death is nothing compared to vindication." Yes, yes, I know it sounds edgy, but it's absolutely true. Fuck out of here. All right. Now, more things that are objectively true. More things that are objectively true. Your live actions suck. Every one of these live actions from an anime series is absolute trash. It doesn't. I called it multiple times. I think I did 5 or 6 videos on Avatar: The Last Airbender, how it was going to be woke and absolute trash. And sure, it looks pretty. Well, it did. I kind of changed that stance once it came out. I was like, I'm not actually impressed with some of the animations. I think it's okay. But digressing back, I absolutely said the Avatar: The Last Airbender was going to be woke. They're going to change everything. They're going to change the series. Everybody's like, no, you're wrong, you're wrong, you're wrong. All throughout the comment section, how wrong I was that this isn't going to be a woke TV series. Well, lo and behold, it comes out. It's absolutely a woke TV series. What do they got to do? Well, we'll try it again. We'll try it again with One Punch Man. One Punch Man has some of the most fanatical fans I've ever seen. And don't get me wrong, I think it's a funny show. I absolutely dig it. I like the fact that it makes fun of itself. I like the fact that it has absolutely cartoony art styles in it and then goes into absolutely beautiful and gorgeous scenes. I absolutely love the way it's written. I love the way it acts, and I like that it doesn't take itself too seriously, but still makes serious plot points. Which is why I know when Sony makes this, it's going to be an absolute disaster. Sony's live-action One Punch Man film reportedly received a rewrite from Rick and Morty co-creator Dan Harmon and executive producer Heather Ann Campbell. It's not going to be a serious show. And I don't mean that as in like the show itself isn't serious. I mean, they're absolutely going to destroy everything. I'm sure they're going to take One Punch Man and make him a fourth tier character to these fucking female characters in the series that he could absolutely destroy in one punch. But, oh, here we go. In crushing what tiny slivers of hopes fans may have still held for the ill-advised project, Sony has reportedly tapped Rick and Morty co-creator Dan Harmon and series executive producer Heather Ann Campbell to rewrite the script for their upcoming live-action film adaptation of One Punch Man. Based on the manga series by author One, or more literally its remake, is simultaneously being produced by One and iShield 21 artist Yusuke Murata, the live-action One Punch Man film received this less than inspiring update on April 12th, courtesy of The Hollywood Reporter. In announcing that the man at the helm of the adaptation's Fast and Furious director Justin Lin had agreed to provide his talents to Amazon's upcoming crime thriller Stay Course, the outlet's Boris Kit concluded that the news with a brief note that not only was Lin still attached to the One Punch Man, One Piece. Why are there so many series with one in them? But that it also makes the currently being rewritten by Rick and Morty Dan Harmon and Heather Ann Campbell. Look, I liked Rick and Morty up until about the third or fourth season. It started going downhill real quick. Real quick. But I don't trust these Hollywood weirdos to stick to source material at all. They've proven time and time again that they can't do it. They can't do it. Everybody's like, but One Piece was an exception because the creator was involved. I covered that. I was like, I'm worried about One Piece because they're trying to insert all this DEI nonsense. They're trying to make it woke, and the creator is doing his best to stop it from getting in. And he really did do an amazing job at stopping that. Granted, I'll still stick by it. Yes, it's a good series, but they still got it in there. They still got a little bit. They've got just a little bit. Previously, as detailed at the time of the film's initial greenlighting in 2020, the live-action outing was originally set to be penned by two of the writers behind Sony's first Venom, Scott Rosenberg and Jeff Pinker. To this end, as of writing, it is currently unknown just why, whether for creative differences, financial limitations, or otherwise, Sony chose to replace Rosenberg and Pink with Harmon and Campbell. Probably because they didn't want to put in the woke nonsense. The air quotes creative differences. Notably, despite the film's loss of the symbiote, scriptwriters, it is currently assumed that the One Punch Man, as previously announced, will still feature production inputs from longtime Marvel film producer Avi Arad and his brother Ari via the eponymous production and Arad Productions. Yeah, they're actually. I forget these exist. I forget these exist and I forget where I'm going. I'll let Chad admire that for just a second. Yeah. But again, this is what I'm saying. Like, One Piece has fan service. Not to an extent like other series do. It does have them, but it doesn't rely on it. Yeah. Meanwhile, on the internet rumor front, scooper Daniel Rickman has previously suggested that Sony was eyeing Snake Eyes 2021 star Henry Golding for the lead role of Saitama. However, word of his casting has not yet been mentioned by either official sources or other scoopers. Yeah, I think they're going to try and keep it under wraps because I imagine if I start looking for One Punch Man on Twitter, I'm just going to see a bunch of people raging. I think they know. I think Sony knows that this is going to be FUBAR, and it's absolutely going to get tons of hate. But I I'm interested. I want to hear everybody's take on One Punch Man here. I want to hear what everybody thinks about the recast for the Rick and Morty creators. They didn't even get the good ones. They didn't even get the good writers, the good creators. They got the one that bent the knee, and they left the one out that got falsely Me Too'd. What? Or was it Dan Harmon? I don't remember. Rick and Morty creator canceled. No, it was Justin. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. So they didn't even get the good writers. They didn't even get the team that actually made it. They got the shitty ones. All right. Fallout TV show looks pretty bad, but writing and plot makes no sense. Even Angry Badger admits it's only like a 4 or 5. Yeah, like that's the thing. It's really hard for me to say something's above a 4 or 5 just because the writing is so terrible, but we've gotten even worse shit for the last 3 to 5 years that trying to be objective and saying it's good writing, it's like I got to think about it. Like, okay, was Willy Wonka or Wonka, the new one, really a 4 or 5? Because everybody's like, no, this is like absolutely awesome. I was like, it's not though. The writing's contrived, the plot is contrived, the characters are changed. Like, is it technically better than other things we've gotten recently? Well, yes, but I got to go back and compare things that were made 15 or 20 years ago that didn't have this nonsense, and compared to those, it's absolute trash. That's why I was like, is Wonka a 4 or 5? Yeah, maybe a 4. So when I go to Fallout and I'm like, okay, I know the lore, I've played the games. Is this good? Absolutely not. In terms of the lore and being a Fallout series, absolutely not. Okay, now let's look at it from a normie perspective. Is this good compared to TV shows 10 or 15 years ago? No. It still talks about how all the commies are good, how everybody who says something contrary to the popular opinion of the commies is a fascist, and then goes on to talk about how, well, it was hard to say it in the comment section. The commies win. The commies win at the end of the Fallout series. They get infinite energy. They can power the wasteland. They did it without the actual Republican government, the NCR, who somehow just completely dissolved after one bomb, even though they fought Caesar's Legion. They had some conflict with the Brotherhood of Steel. They fought with raiders. Somehow, they just one bomb wipes out the entire thing that covered all of California into New Vegas. New Vegas. I'm going with real states here. Nevada. But no, it's like one bomb just wipes out the entire government. Everything falls to shit. But then they escape and nothing happens. Nothing bad happens. I really do hate the show. It's not good writing. Like, granted, like I said, it's better than anything we've probably had in the last 3 to 5 years, but it's still terrible in terms of an actual TV show. Oh, what's going on, man? Yes, you finally caught a live show. You get to watch me rage about dumb shit. All right. We're gonna talk about Warhammer. I know I made a video about it, but I'm kind of doing something a little bit different on this one. I'm kind of making a how-to guide. Actually, while we're doing that, I'm making a how-to guide. Nope, I don't want to search Google. Nope, pause. All right, there we go. I'm going to talk about Warhammer just a little bit. Because I'm going to laugh. I'm going to laugh at GW. I'm going to laugh about them retconning the lore. I'm going to laugh about them losing subscriptions. And then I'm going to give you guys a how-to start and play 40K without giving a dime to Games Workshop. Because I know some of you might have been a little bit interested. But might have changed your mind recently. There's a way to do it. There's a way to do it for a lot cheaper. And by a lot cheaper, I mean thousands of dollars cheaper. But here we go in the next update on the 40K saga of wokeism. Numerous Warhammer players canceled their subscriptions and announced a boycott of Games Workshop after announcements of female custodies. And brief lore. Just brief lore. Custodies use tech from the dark age of technology. Now, I know the dark age of technology sounds like the dark ages, but it's kind of when tech kind of hit its peak at the human limit, right before it fell apart. It goes into the dark age, which kind of is where Earth falls apart. But the Emperor of Mankind is then eternal and perpetual, meaning he doesn't die. I know that's kind of contrary to where he is now, but there's a lot of weird lore behind that. And he's also existed for millennia, multiple millennia. There are quotes that he talked to people that were, we'll say, living 3,000 or 4,000 years ago. Current timeline, right here, right now, watching this video. The Emperor would be alive and walking the planet. So for them to say that the Emperor doesn't know what he's doing and all the retconning, he had all the knowledge and made the Imperium what it is. Well, was. There's so much lore to talk about. I'm not getting into it. That's just the gist of it. The Emperor made the custodies with the technology, and he limited them purposely. And in the lore, all the nobles fight to have their sons be a custode because it is an absolute honor. But here we go. Numerous Warhammer players are canceling their subscriptions and announcing a boycott of Games Workshop after the company retconned their Adeptus Custodes faction to add females. Excerpts from the upcoming 10th edition codex. For if you don't know, when you play a 40K game, you gotta have the core rulebook, and you've got to have your army book. Yes, that's about $100 worth of books just to start playing the game, not including the models. Because they can't give you everything. It's GW. Like I said in a previous video, all they want is money. They keep raising prices. All they want is the money. So from the upcoming codex was added females to the all-male faction. One excerpt reads, Custodian Calidus Torvalia Kesh stood upon the bridge of a Cobra-class destroyer named Vigilant Flames. The warship belonged to the mighty Battlefleet Solar. She lingered in the shadows at the back of the bridge, positioned at a spot where she could observe the actions of every crew member, be they in the instrumentation pits, at the armament shrines, or in the ship, or in the case of the shipmaster Lethric, stood ramrod straight before his command throne. So yes, they absolutely did put in something that never existed before, and are saying it's always existed when it's never been there in all the decades of writing 40K lore. It's never been there. It has been specifically stated that they are all male. So I absolutely agree with the boycott. I agree with all the excerpts of people canceling their subscriptions to everything. Now, I follow Grim. I saw this. Canceled his subscription. Why did he pay for the long one? Why would you do that? I gotta shit on him. I'm gonna shit on him on Twitter. He explained why he canceled and why he's boycotting the subsequent post. For those asking what happens, GW disrespected the lore by changing decades-old lore of the Custodies, only taking males from the highborn families of Terra to become Custodies to now women can be Custodies now too, and they've totally always been the thing since the beginning, which they absolutely did say. Because they can't say they're changing it. They can't say they're changing it, because that's even worse than just actually changing it and not addressing it. Even though they've never been mentioned in any codex or Black Library book before, we're totally aren't doing this for the ESG money from BlackRock and Vanguard. They absolutely are. I pulled this up. And I absolutely think this has to do with BlackRock, Vanguard, and Amazon. It absolutely has to do with those. Amazon has to put in something to make their DEI requirements because they take government money just like every one of these other companies. They're publicly traded. It's required. That's what everybody keeps forgetting. Why don't they just, it's mandated by the government that you have this. That's why everything actually is woke. It's like I don't understand. But anywho, yes, I think it has to do with Amazon because they want to make this show. They want to try and sell their shit more. And this is the best way to do it is give it to Amazon, which I don't know. Now that I've said it, I kind of don't think it. Because when Lord of the Rings did it, they said everything in Lord of the Rings was Lord of the Rings and it's not quite canon. I think they could have done that and people would have been less pissed off. But for some reason they wanted to change the lore entirely. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe it really just is. They just want the ESG books. But anywho, yes, tons of comments about people canceling their subscriptions. Just canceling it. It keeps going on and on and on. But more to the point of me saying, I'm going to teach you how to not give GW money and still play 40K and absolutely take a dump on them. The codexes are in PDF files. Those are easy enough to find. And it's actually cheaper to print them at like a FedEx or something than it is to buy the damn codex from GW. You can even get it bound. I've done that before. But 3D printing. I think that's where we're at. Because this is the price of a 4K LCD resin printer. $500. And look, if you're not familiar with GW's pricing, $500 doesn't even get you your toe dipped in the water of 40K. If you're looking to put an actual army together and have a good, fun game, you're going to spend $2,000 to $2,500. I can promise you, with not even a printer this expensive, not even a 4K printer, just a normal resin printer, you can print an entire army of Space Marines for about $75. And this is going to be a note to myself who's editing this video to post pictures of the non-4K printed models so that everybody can see I'm not full of shit and that you don't need a 4K model to print a beautiful army. This is my note to myself. But 4K is absolutely going to be the way to go. And granted, you'll need the UV lights to harden them so you can paint them. But those things are relatively cheap, $50 to $100 max. So yes, for about $500, you can go all in. Oh yeah, here's the kit. It's even got the wash kit. $600 for everything. That's 4K. That is 4K printing. That's not even the normal resin stuff. But I had a bunch of people reach out to me and ask where to get models. Like, how do you find all these? No, we send them to Cults 3D because they seem to do a very fantastic job at getting stuff. Now, sure, you might not always be able to type in Space Marine or the army you want. Search for Reddits. Search for well, actually, I'll tell you the YouTube channel to go to for more information on this because they definitely this is something they continuously cover and do. But these are the website takes a little while to load. These are the models you can 3D print. I don't want shields. Where's the model? Oh, no Primaris. Yeah, see, you gotta be careful when you read these. These are what the models look like that you can print. And you can tell, free. I probably wouldn't pay for that one, just the helmet. But this is it. And the models come out fantastic. Like when you're talking about 3D printing in 4K, this is what it looks like. And now with the 8K, it looks even better. But this is genuinely what a 4K print looks like. And this is 28mm scale. These things are tiny. You can tell the level of detail they get on these. So I was saying, if you want to go to a channel that'll lead the way and covers everything about 3D printing 40K stuff, I've got to give it my hats off to Gamza. If you haven't found Gamza yet, if you haven't heard of Gamza, this dude is absolutely amazing. Go give him a sub. The dude covers 40K modeling like nobody's business. And yeah. I got to give it off to Gamza. Hey, hats off, buddy. You've earned my respect. Even with my growing channel, I'll at least get you one more sub. You deserve it. All right, so we're done with that one. Let's see here. Warhammer 48. Yeah, you're not wrong. You're not wrong. It's only a matter of time before they somehow work in female Space Marines. Because they've been fighting for it. The weirdos have been fighting for it for years. It's only a matter of time. What's up, Danielle? How you doing? Yeah, no, I don't think this is going to affect Henry Cavill's show at all. Like, he might be annoyed enough to give up on it and just say, fuck it, I don't want to do it anymore. But it sounds like he's doing Eisenhorn. So if he is doing Eisenhorn, this won't affect the series at all. So I genuinely think the Amazon series will be okay. I don't think anything's going to happen to it. He's like they would literally have to force him out of the show to get the woke points in, because let's not forget what happened with The Witcher. Like, that dude is, if I'm going to be in it, it's going to be lore accurate, not, yeah, sure, I'll put in whatever woke nonsense you want in there. Which Primarchs are my favorite? Okay. So it's Conrad Kurz, depending on who the writer is, because there's two ways Kurz are written. He can somewhat tell what the future is going to be. So you either get him as trying to figure out the right path to go, because he was essentially designed to be the judge of the Imperium. Or you get him as an absolute schizophrenic weirdo who just likes killing people. So depending on which story it is, depends on which Kurz I like. I like the one that struggles to figure out what he is and what he needs to do. Because the one where he's a schizophrenic weirdo just doesn't make sense and feels like shitty writing. So definitely Kurz. I do like Vulcan. He's genuinely kind of the good guy. Like, they're all have their flaws, but this dude's like, yeah, you know what? We'll sacrifice 1,000 Space Marines to save 10 civilians. Like, we're gonna save the Imperium type deal. So I'd say he's my runner-up for second. Third, I like Khan. I just like the way his Legion is. They're all absolute Mongol warlords riding the battle on motorcycles, swinging swords. I love it. Sanguinius isn't a bad Primarch. I just think it's overhyped. Like, cool, yeah, he fought off a demon lord by himself. Yeah, well, you know what? Fucking Lorgar held up a Titan. No, Lorgar was about to get crushed. Fuck, who was the other Primarch now? God damn it. I know who I'm thinking. Now, Angeron. Yeah, can hold up a fucking Titan leg by himself. Like, they're all fucking strong. Like, at the points that everybody makes for Sanguinius, I don't get. Like, every other Primarch can do that. Fuck, even Guilliman was fighting Demon Lord version of oh fuck. Wow, now I can't remember all their names. Death Guard. Fuck, what's his name now? Mortarion. Like, when Primarchs fight, even in their demon form, they're fucking strong as shit. That and Sanguinius died like a little bitch. Let's be honest, he died like a little bitch. But no, I like the Blood Angels lore. They're just not my favorite. So I can close out all these tabs now. I can close out all those tabs. All right, that's done. We're going to cover some Pokemon. Because this is funny. This is absolute funny. Because you know it's bad when even Kotaku's like, yeah, everybody hates it. Everybody hates it. Whoa, when did my mic move? Was that always in screen? I just noticed that. Oh, it was always in screen. God damn it. You know you motherfuckers can make fun of me when I do shit like that, when you can see the mic in the middle of the screen. You have my absolute permission to shame me. Get the mic out of the damn camera. Thing is just dangling above my camera. Giggity. Oh yeah, okay, you gotta remember all 20 of the Primarchs were designed to have specific roles to rule the Imperium. Like to navigate it and navigate its future. Like the Emperor was trying to create these so he could go do other shit, like kill gods. Right? Because you got God, I can't remember any of the Primarch's names today. The Space Wolves. They were supposed to be the executioners. Like just, hey, we're gonna send you to go kill these people. They need to be dealt with. And they just run straight in. Yep, done, handled. You know, that's kind of the entire thing about Prospero Burns. Hey, favored son of mine, Horace, you need to bring Magnus back to Terra. Not knowing his son had already fallen to chaos. He goes and repeats it. Hey Russ, you need to go wipe out the entire Legion, kill everybody. Okay. Like it's not even a hesitation. You need to go kill somebody, okay? All right. Let's go back. Let's go on to the next topic. But yes, as much as I like making fun of Girly Man, he's kind of a badass. They say that his part of the galaxy is like the America of Warhammer. No. So he's not an unjust ruler, but he's not. So he's not like a tyrant, but he's not also not like hands off. It's kind of like, all right, this is the way things need to be. They have to be this way, but we also need to accept that we're saving the normal humans. We're trying to bring the normal humans further into the future and give them the galaxy to run. So he walks that fine line and seems to do a good job. He's not a tyrant and he's not completely benevolent. But again, I mean, that goes to how all the different Primarchs were raised and grow up. It's like fucking Korax and Kurz. You know, the difference between those two is how they were raised, right? One lived in an absolute shithole world that was full of crime, the other didn't. And they could have been exactly the same if Kurz was raised on a different planet, or if Korax was raised on a different planet. They could have ended up either way. You know, it's kind of it's an awesome juxtaposition. Whereas you get someone like Ferrus Manus of the Iron Hands versus Perturabo of the Iron Warriors, or Rogel Dorn. You know, they all kind of God. They've changed so much of the lore. It's like, if I say one thing, somebody's gonna be like, but in this book, yeah, I know, no shit. It's different in another book because it was a different writer and they changed shit. Yeah, and that's when it's going. You gotta, depending on which lore you listen to, or which book, the lore is based off. You get different stories of how each one interacts with everybody. And then they started retconning that the Emperor didn't actually create it, and he had some super secret wife who actually worked on everything. And then now there's the guy named Astartes who made the Astartes, and it wasn't actually the Emperor, completely ignoring the proto Space Marines. It's God. GW's done a lot of stupid shit with their lore. All right. So anyway, let's get on the Pokemon topic. Let's get onto the Pokemon topic. I don't want to get my derailed on 40K for the next hour and a half. So I've said in previous videos, Nintendo itself hasn't gone woke, but everything else that has been made in the West has absolutely gone to woke. And it turns out that Pokemon Go is the next one to fall. And yes, Pokemon Go is not Nintendo. It is Niantic, which is a completely different company based in the US. So no, Nintendo still hasn't gone woke. But the companies they've licensed their IPs to absolutely have. And now that Pokemon Go has completely made every character androgynous with no male or female and made them fat and ugly. To the point that even Kotaku says, yeah, everybody kind of hates this. Pokemon Go's new character creator is out and everyone hates it. Pretty much every change Niantic made to Pokemon Go results in enormous backlash from its vast community of players. That's usually because pretty much every change Niantic makes to Pokemon Go is disastrous and stupid. The latest in the new avatar creator, and guess what? Obviously, everyone hates the change, and so players' reactions to any change in any game tend to be negative. That's not true. There used to be a lot of times they made changes and it was good, but that's not the case anymore with all the DEI nonsense. But sometimes changes are just objectively poor, and that seems to be the case with the avatar updates from Pokemon Go. I mean, the fact that every character now looks like it's straddling an imaginary traffic cone certainly doesn't help. See, that's the problem I have with Kotaku. That's what I want to point out here. They aren't going after the character design itself. They're not saying why everybody hates the character changes. They're saying it's because, well, they're just posed weird. Completely ignoring that people on Reddit are absolutely shaming this because they androgenized every NPC, every character creator they had to make it absolutely disgusting. There are no men and women anymore in the game. It is the same androgynous garbage. But I did think this was funny. Powered creator sues Niantic over copyright infringement, claims over Pokemon Go latest avatar update. Americans want to make very ugly characters. And there's a lot of memeing on how the characters look. It's a lot of memeing on it, and it's absolutely true. They have to bend the knee to the DEI and the woke weirdos, and they don't want to add character sliders. So what do? They make every character androgynous so you can't tell if it's a man or a woman. This is exactly what they fought for, and they got it, and they're not happy with it. And there you go, right there. It's the exact same model whether you're a male or a female character. And it's to the point that even women don't like it. I'm sorry, scrolling through these. Here's a before and after. Before and then the after. It looks like a dude with implants. Looks like a dude with implants. Nobody likes that nobody actually likes the DEI requirements. Everybody hates them. Here we go, another one. Another female character before, after it looks like a dude with just stuffed a padded bra in there. Nobody likes this stuff. Not a single person. But granted, all these people are still going to be like, but I put so much time and money into it. I have to keep giving them more time and money. That's why this isn't going to fail. I wish it would. I wish it was like a 40K boycott where they would just be like, nah, I'm done. Unsubscribe from anything, delete the app, download it on the app store. Just get rid of it all. It's absolutely atrocious. But again, this is an American company who bought an IP and just made it woke as shit. From bad like a Barbie to built like a brick and hit by one. God damn. I think that's the worst one yet. I think that's the worst one yet. The before and after. Oh my God. I do love the memes. I do love the memes. But yeah, nobody is happy about this. Just adjust the sliders. No, that still looks like a dude. That still looks like a dude. And I'd say I feel bad. I'd say I feel bad for the players, but most of them, like when this first came out, I went out there. I was like, okay, let's see what this is all about. This was a long time ago, long time ago. You know, a bunch of us went out there, had played it for like a fucking month. We're like, okay, this is kind of boring now. This was dumb. You know, go out on the weekends, get a walk. But the people who stuck with it were absolute weirdos in the first place. And they got exactly what they're asking for. They wanted more inclusivity, they wanted more equity, and this is what it gets you. This is absolutely what it gets you. Your androgynous bullshit that you were pushed for is actually in the game. You were complaining about it not having. And now that you have it, you're like, oh, this is terrible. I don't want it. Well, good fucking luck. This is what you asked for. This is what you get. Now you have to deal with it. All right. Pokemon, bro. Yeah, yeah, absolutely. But again, you know, not Nintendo. They're trying to cultivate the transgender gaze. Yes, yes, they are. Yes, they are. Looks like a transformer. Don't you ever shit on transformers like that. God bless. Yeah, that's fucking awful. You know, at least in Asia, they were upfront and they didn't call themselves men or women. They would say they're completely something else. No, it was easy. They were respectful about it, and we were like, "Nah, that's not my thing." They were like, "Okay, hope you find what you're looking for. Bye." It's like, okay, cool. Over here. No, I'm not into that. You bigot, homophobe, racist, misogynist. Like, fuck off. Fuck off. Yes, gender pretenders. Gender pretenders. God, I want it to fail so bad. I know it won't, but I really, really want it to. All right. We're going to talk about Hades too. Did anybody here play Hades 1? I'm kind of curious. I watched somebody I know play it, but I never played it myself. So I'm kind of curious. Because it was like a top down, well, not quite top down, like hack and slash. It looked fun. I get bored with those games too quick, so I never really buy them. I watch somebody else playing for an hour, and that's about all I care about playing. But yeah, something else that's going the absolute diverse route. And it's gonna be funny because I'm gonna juxtapose this with Stellar Blade. Juxtapose this with Stellar Blade. All right, I got all those tabs pulled up. Yes, yes. It's really hard to organize like 30 tabs. So you don't actually get to read the title. You just have to hope they're in the right position. All right. All right. We're gonna do this one. Okay, there we go. There we go. All right. Let's do this one. So Hades 2 is starting to release its content, doing some early access previews, giving you game trailers. And what's the first thing they do? They put a hot woman who's almost completely naked out there, as well as a god in a wheelchair because inclusivity. Inclusivity. And meanwhile, Kotaku's talking about how hot the characters are when not even a month ago they were complaining about Eve from Stellar Blade being attentive to the male gaze and how it's a terrible thing that should be negated, and how we should ban all these gamers from the gaming sphere because of the male gaze. And before you say that never actually happened, here you go. Here you go. Alyssa Mercanti herself. Alyssa fucking Mercanti herself. The truth is, a lot of people, men, women, well, only men and women, find Eve attractive. However, the way Stellar Blade is being marketed is drawing in the new Gamergate 2 crowd, and Eve is being used as a cudgel by which to bash other feminist protagonists, even women journalists like Alyssa Mercanti. And there she is with the retweet to make herself feel better. Hey, that's me. That's me. I gotta get named on Twitter. I'm famous now. But anyway, back to the topic at hand. It's wrong for a woman to be attractive because it's not inclusive to the weirdos in wheelchairs who want to be represented as a fucking god. To now that, well, they put a wheelchair in there, so now everything's okay to make a naked woman. These are the absolute weirdos. But this is the point I'm getting. This game is going to be woke as shit, and it's going to be absolutely terrible. The story is going to be atrocious. Hades Supergiant Games award-winning 2020 roguelite was renowned for its excellent combat, beautiful art style, entrancing music, and very, very hot characters. You'd expect a game about Greek gods who are purposely attractive so that the normies of ancient Greece had something to aspire towards. What? The normies of ancient Greece. Yes, because the non-normies were out there playing fucking video games. Right. They weren't fighting for survival, or majority of the population was just trying to make one thing so that the civilization itself was okay and could survive. No, it was the normies. The normies worshiping the gods because they wanted to be sexy. What the fuck? To include a ton of hot characters, but Hades managed to exceed expectations. And from what we've seen of the Hades 2 technical test and Supergiant's latest gameplay on stream, it looks like the sequel will be even hotter. Take that, cancel pigs. You guys are the cancel pigs. You guys were the ones trying to cancel everybody for Eve. The fuck are you talking about? Despite what certain corners of the internet might believe right now, there isn't a lack of attractive people in modern video games. Reference the previous Pokemon game I just went over. Baldur's Gate 3 just got a Game of the Year award record, and that was a game full of hotties. Nobody was canceling fucking Baldur's Gate. They were saying it's weird that you were wanting to fuck animals, and that was the reason you were playing it. Jesus fucking Christ. But when compared to something like Stellar Blade's Eve, the standard bearer for the latest gamer culture war, the manner in which Hades depicts the character and their attractiveness is fundamentally different. So they're legitimately saying that a woman naked. Whoa. Go back. A woman completely naked, only covered by hair, is completely different than Eve, who's wearing a tight suit. That's actual sexy. But if she has clothes on, it's not attractive, and you guys are just cancel pigs. The mental fucking gymnastics these fucking people have is insane. It's fucking insane. Oh god. But here we are with The Gamer. Hades 2 is already fixing the first game's biggest problems. I'm already impressed with Supergiant's commitment to improving body diversity in the Hades 2 technical test. Body diversity. Yes, because I'm sure gods are just fat, frumpy weirdos who can't fucking walk and have to travel around in wheelchairs, even though they can control anything about anyone. They have to be in wheelchairs because they can't walk. Yes, I'm sure that makes perfect sense in your absolute small brain, low IQ head of yours. I'm sure it does. I'm almost ashamed to admit that I forgot how good Hades was. The roguelike took over my life for months when I picked it up back in 2020. But after unlocking all the weapons, finding perfect boon combinations, and maxing up friendships with every character, I never looked back. Such is the curse of someone who writes about games for a living. We must always be moving on to the next big thing, never taking a break to look back at the things we loved year after year, or of yesteryear. In the 3 years since, I found more roguelites, blah, 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 blah. Where are you going with this? Doesn't say Hades was flawless. When its combat was fluid and crunchy, Its balance felt fair yet challenging, and narrative was perfectly weaved throughout its procedurally generated dungeons. I had a couple of nitpicks that stopped it from being perfect. But here we go. For the most part, they were brilliantly. Supergiant did incredibly well to reimagine the pantheon of Greek gods in such an original manner, and the lesser-known characters given the spotlight. How did Supergiant get everyone looking so good, and how are they all so hot? God, they all just circle jerk each other. They're all hot, right? Yeah, they're all hot. We'll say it. I cannot stand these absolute weirdos. This guy's kind of looks manly in that picture. It kind of looks like a man. Tell me if I'm wrong. Looks like a chiseled jawline. You know what? I'm starting to think none of these characters are that hot. Like actually going through the pictures here. They all kind of got the square face thing going on with the strong jawline, like man. And you know, not to mention, I just pulled up. They put a god in a wheelchair. Oh my god. Yeah, these people are absolute weirdos. Hades 2 has Feist just uses a wheelchair, boasting a set of wheels worthy of God's smithy, and wears a prosthetic leg. He's also fat, a body type that didn't appear once in the original game. They put a god in a wheelchair and gave him a prosthetic leg. And they're saying he's fat and sexy. Oh my god. I hope this game flops. I hope this game flops. I'm kind of curious if the Steam page has anybody complaining about this. I'm not too familiar on the community around the first one. Let's just take a quick discussion look. Oh, there it is. So many red flags. Is this game woke? Yeah. Why is it Feist just a god in a wheelchair? Yep. No ultra wide, no bi, transgengas. Yeah, yeah, it looks like the community's not in on this one. Yeah. Yeah, so it looks like this one's heading into being a flop. Get wrecked. Go woke, go broke. Go woke, go broke. Holy shit. Yep. Yeah, so this is absolutely going to be a woke game who introduced DEI nonsense, made gods in wheelchairs, made them fat, manified women's jawlines to make them more androgynous, then made them more nude, but complaining about even Stellarblade, who actually wears clothes, and saying it's completely different sexy because this game is inclusive. So this one is okay. That should tell you everything you need to know about modern games and who's in the right here. If you make a video game from this stream, if you make a video from the stream, would you mind if I share it on Hypnotic's Discord? No, that's what this is. This stream. So before I was monetized, Sundays I used to record videos and then have them go out like Monday and Tuesday. And now that I'm monetized and I want to make money, which means I need super chats because I've said it before. I'm a Jew. Pay me money. Which is kind of the joke of the show, the title, the Shameless, Shekel, Shakedown. Yeah, so, I mean, share any of my stuff out. I don't give a shit. I'm just not Jewish enough to be like, make sure you share this out, guys, after every one of the recordings. I'll do that later in the post. But yes, share it all out. Put it out on Twitter. All right. Now for the segment where I usually don't make videos out of these. I just talk about these with chat because I think they're cool topics. Are you guys excited about your robot overlords? Are you guys excited? Are you guys ready to live in the real Matrix where the robots use us as batteries? Because every time they do something new, I get more and more worried. Boston Dynamics' new robot wows the internet with flexible movements and futuristic designs. So I did read this one before because I want to see if it was something I actually just wanted to talk about. And here we go. Looks like it came straight out of Fallout. Robot straight out of Fallout. Let's watch the video. To me, it looks more like it came out of the VR game budget cuts. Not Fallout, but this video is kind of creepy. Like, that's terrifying. It's more terrifying that it's not on wire, so you can't just, flip a switch and cut it off. But this one pissed me off. So if anybody's played Fallout, can anybody tell me what robot that's supposed to be from Fallout and why this absolute weirdo Nathy is saying it's like Fallout, other than trying to grift it off the Fallout series? Because I can go through and almost name all the robots. Like, okay, so there's the Protectron. Definitely doesn't look like that. I know there's a police version, a firefighting version, like a kiosk information version. So it's definitely not that one. There's the not the Sentinel. Anyway, the war version of a robot. Well, they're definitely not talking about that one. You got your Mr. Handy. It's kind of the iconic Fallout robot there. You've got the Mr. House robots from New Vegas. I guess this is a mod where they put them in. Which I kind of like this design. I like this single wheel. It's kind of interesting. It's a unique design. Then you have the Assaultron robots. I guess I could kind of maybe see the resemblance. Maybe. Just a little bit. But not really. Because that's just humanoid shaped. But I guess if that's what they're comparing, I guess that's okay. That's not actually a robot. That's a person. That's just concept art. Yeah, does anybody know what robot they're talking about? Because I don't see it. But yeah, no, this is absolutely terrifying. Because there's no wires. It's giving me fuck. God damn it. Ultron vibes. Ultron vibes. I can't remember names for shit today. What the fuck is wrong with me? I rolled a 1 on intelligence today. Fuck off. Yeah, but here we go. We're unveiling the next generation of humanoid robots, a fully electric Atlas robot designed for real-world applications. The new Atlas builds on decades of research and furthers our commitment to delivering the most capable and useful mobile robots serving the toughest challenges in the industry today. What challenges are that? That humans exist? I feel like the next couple generations of this might actually kill people. Oh, this is scary shit. I want nothing to do with it. I want to like surround the next place I live with like EMPs. Fuck these robots. EMPs and water. That ought to solve that. That ought to solve that. All right. See, this is what I said. I get too many tabs open and I'll lose articles. All right. Let's do this. Let's end this one on a good note. Let's cover John Wick being Shadow. What do you say about that? So normally Hollywood makes a lot of terrible casting decisions as of late. I think this is actually might be one of the more fantastic ones. John Wick and Cyberpunk 2077 star. Why not Matrix? Why those two? Why not the Matrix? Why not fuck, what was the surfer movie? Can't remember the name of the surfer movie now. It was a terrible movie, but it was a good movie. Anyway, star Keanu Reeves reportedly cast as Shadow in Sonic the Hedgehog. I think this might actually be a good cast for once. In what, if true, would be a surprising, albeit admittedly inspired casting decision, word on the street currently suggests that upon his proper silver screen debut in Paramount's upcoming Sonic the Hedgehog 3, the titular hero's black-quilled rival, Shadow the Hedgehog, will be voiced by none other than John Wick. Keanu Reeves. Keanu Reeves. I think this might actually be an awesome cast. Like I've had some issues with the casting choices in a lot of movies. I think the Sonic 2 movie plot was kind of contrived in a lot of ways, but it was still a really good movie. I like the introduction of Tails and Knuckles. I think I'm going to like the Hedgehog 3 movie. I really do. Word of Reeves' potential casting was first raised by film journalist and critic John Campea via the April 15th on his eponymous podcast, The John Campea Show. I fucking hate that dude. I hate John Campea. Anywho, therein, Campea recalled that while he saw no indication at the recent CinemaCon 2024 that, as suggested by previous rumors, Star Wars lead Hayden Christensen had been used as the ultimate life form, he had received an interesting bit of information from an unnamed individual ostensibly attached to the production of Sonic 3. I was approached by somebody that I recognize very well, and somebody that, while I can't say who, at least half of you would recognize if I were to say their name. He said, "You know, Hayden Christensen is not the voice of Shadow." I'm like, okay, more story time. Anyway, he gets told by somebody that Keanu Reeves is going to play Shadow. I hope to God this is true. I think this might actually be a really good cast. In light of this reveal, Campea emphasized that while both he believed that the source had apparently confirmed this information with another unnamed but trusted individual, fans should be cautious about treating his or any other scoops as gospel until it is officially reported by outlets such as The Hollywood Reporter or Variety. Of course he's got a shell for the media. Don't take my word for it. Wait for, Variety magazine. Fuck off. I hate those two. I hate them. Anywho, if this is real, and Campea is not feeding us bullshit for attention again, this is an awesome cast. I'm definitely going to go see it in theaters. I would absolutely go pay to see this in theaters. I have been pleasantly surprised at both the first and second Sonic movies. I didn't think they were fantastic. I don't think they're 10s out of 10s. I think they're solid 7s. I like the stories. I like the characters. I like the acting. I liked how they redesigned Sonic to make the fans happy. I know there's some people saying, well, no, it was just, an intention bullshit. They were never going to do that. Look, they redesigned it. They give us shit. We called them out for it. They give us a good Sonic. I'm going to roll with it. I'm going to go with the most plausible reason is what actually happened. And it was, they gave us shit. We complained and they made a new one. Making his debut in 2001, Sonic Adventure 2, the brooding anti-hero known as Shadow was created by Dr. Eggman's grandfather, Gerald. Okay, so Shadow lore, eventually captured and placed in suspended animation, which now I'm trying to remember because I think they hinted at that one in the second one. It's been a while since I saw the movie. I might need to go back and watch it. But I'm pretty sure they hinted that Shadow was there. But yeah, if Keanu Reeves is cast as Shadow, I'm all in. I'm all in on this one. All right, yeah, so the rest of the article is them going over the previous stuff. Yeah, so we're not going to cover that because I'm not going into Sonic lore. I'm more excited about that Keanu Reeves could be playing Shadow. I want this to happen. I hope to God it's true. It seems so good. It almost seems too good to be true, and I kind of want to hate on it. I want to call Campy out and be like, he's a liar. But I want it to be true so bad. I think Kiana could play an awesome Shadow. Oh, that's could actually be good news. This could actually be good news. All right. Finished just in time. Just in time. All right. So with that all being said, it is time for me to eat lunch and go to work. Because that is a real thing. That's kind of why I started a little bit early today, so I could get it all done. But everybody here, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe. Share, I guess. Well, the videos will start coming out tomorrow, so make sure you share the videos out. But I have to get my ass ready to do normie stuff here. But guys, I appreciate you watching. And yeah, I'm going to call it here. Until the next one, guys, be easily sleazy.